Hey everybody, this is Temporal Enigma, and I got a little tutorial for you guys, a little quickie tutorial, and I decided to make this tutorial because I was really unable to find anything like it on YouTube when I was researching this product. And today's product is the Bionic Quickshot. This is not a sponsored video by any means. However, Bionic, if you want to sponsor me, I'll do more of these. I'm pretty sure I'm going to enjoy your product. So this is a hair trigger system for Xbox One and PS4 controllers. This is obviously the Xbox One edition. And what this does is it replaces the back panels on the controller, these guys here, with a hair trigger system. As you can see, I've already done the one side of this new controller I bought. And in the up position, it's a hair trigger, and in the down position, it's a full trigger press. And you can actually hear that versus. So the reason why I purchased these was because my Elite controller is all worn out now. I've had it for a little over a year, and normally you can do an exchange on those, or a lot of places will do an exchange of sorts where you give them like 50 to 70 bucks and they'll give you a brand new Elite controller. But the only place in my area is GameStop, and they don't have any more Elite controllers. They've been unable to get any. And that just furthers the rumor that there's a second generation coming out soon. But for now, I needed a new controller, so I just picked up a regular $50, $60 controller. They're actually having a spring sale. And all I can do is I can take off these side panels, which actually hide screws if you want to open this up. And you can replace it with this hair trigger system. So I did one already, so I knew I would know how to do it, and I'm going to show you how to do the second one. So in the box, you get a little instruction manual that teaches you how to do this. You get your both Quickshot controller sides, which also have little texturized grips. They're not as nice as the ones that come on like an Elite controller or a texturized controller, but they are nice. And then it comes with a little tool. So let's get right into this tutorial. The first thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to push down the trigger, and then you're going to use the leverage side of the tool to start to pop up. You heard that click? To start to pop up the outside of the controller. And this is pretty much all you have to do. You're then just going to be very careful, and you're just going to start working your way around the sides of the controller, trying to get all the little clasps to unclamp. And this does take a little bit of finesse, and you do have to be somewhat gentle. You don't have to worry too much. The controllers are built pretty well, so don't go beating on it, but if you hear some clicking and ticking, that's just it coming unclasped. It's not going to break. The instructions tell you to start with the front side, this side over here. I find that if you start with the inside of the controller, it's a little easier to get those clasps undone. It's going to take a little more work toward the end to pull this side off, but it keeps it from snapping back together as you're trying to take it apart. Okay. So I finally got the back side off. This one gave me a little bit of a harder time than the other side, so just be careful and be patient. You don't want to jam it in there and break anything. And certain controllers do have some of the mechanisms exposed, so you want to be careful when you get that pry tool in there. You don't want to disrupt any wires or scratch any hardware. The one thing I did notice is this pry tool is nice, but it's actually starting to peel a bit. I don't know if you can see that. Let me see if I can. So as a result, I went ahead and I got myself some duster, and I can see little orange particles from that. So I'm just going to go ahead and spray those out. There's also a couple scratches, like little plastic scratches inside the controller from the pry tool. Shouldn't be an issue, it's just on the pieces of plastic. But I just want to make sure that those aren't going to be a problem in the long run. But be careful. I don't think that's going to be an issue. It seems to be more like a scuff mark. So then all you're going to do is you're just going to take your other side panel. I like to leave the trigger in the down position, the hair trigger in the down position while doing this. And you're very carefully just going to snap this on. This doesn't take a whole lot of effort. You just need to line up the pins on the one side. And you'll feel it kind of rest into place as you do this.
20 minutes later.
Yeah, these are broken. They're not fitting right. There it goes. Jesus. Okay, so I had a bit of trouble putting mine together on this side. It was a little bit finicky, but I got it. I'll explain to you the issue I was having. So I could get this entire side to clasp in and this entire side to clasp in, but not up here. It wasn't lining up. And what I found worked the best is I just put palm to paper here, basically, and I pushed real hard, and they clasped together. So now it's all locked in and solid, and it feels pretty good. The hair triggers feel good. They feel about the same as the other Elite controller. The one thing I will say about these, which I think I'll get used to, is unlike this, which has no texture whatsoever on this side, this little hair trigger pin is kind of in the way, and I understand that it has to be here with the design of this. So I hold my controller a little bit like a box, kind of a hug grip. I know some people tend to hold it a little wider with fingers down here or whatever. So I can feel that against my middle finger. I think that's something I'll just get used to, and it won't be that big of a deal in the long run. It's just kind of what it is right now. I'm excited about this though. It's a nice way to get a Elite controller-esque experience, get a couple control freaks, and a solid quick shots. These are only 20 bucks, by the way, and you can get them on Amazon or from their website or from stores and stuff. So it's a pretty cheap way to get a nice little solid controller experience. They only come in black as far as I know, but the black scheme, even on this gray and green, doesn't really draw away from anything. The only thing you don't get, obviously, are the paddles on the back. I found that I wasn't really using them as much anymore, so I'll just get used to touching buttons again. But other than that, that's it for this tutorial. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you learned something. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Later.